In a recent heated discussion on The View, the topic of gender and politics in America stirred powerful reactions from the show's co-hosts, highlighting deep divisions over whether sexism is still a major barrier in U.S. presidential elections. The debate was sparked by concerns raised by Representative Jasmine Crockett, who questioned whether the Democratic Party would hesitate to nominate another female candidate in 2028 after high-profile losses by Hillary Clinton in 2016 and Kamala Harris in 2024. This concern quickly led to a broader conversation about whether systemic misogyny plays a defining role in preventing women from reaching the nation's highest office. Sunny Hostin didn't hold back in her assessment, labeling the United States as a misogynistic country and pointing out that among developed nations, the U.S. stands out for having never elected a female president. According to Hostin, the repeated failure to support qualified women candidates reflects more than political strategy. It reflects a deep-rooted cultural resistance. She referenced Hillary Clinton's loss, claiming that personal attacks tied to her husband's past were unfairly used against her, despite her long list of credentials. For Hostin, it's clear, sexism is not just present in American politics, it's defining it. However, not all of her co-hosts agreed. Sara Haines and Alyssa Griffin pushed back on the idea that misogyny is the sole or even primary reason female candidates lose. Haines cautioned against oversimplifying complex political outcomes and warned against telling voters what they should be ready for, instead of addressing why certain candidates may not have connected with the electorate. She urged for nuance, noting that each campaign is unique and influenced by many factors beyond gender. Griffin added that while sexism and racism do exist and absolutely impact elections, they are not always the determining factors. Reflecting on Kamala Harris's 2024 loss, Griffin argued that blaming voters' biases oversimplifies the data. According to her, Harris's campaign showed initial promise, with rising poll numbers and improved fundraising, but ultimately faltered in battleground states for reasons that can't simply be chalked up to identity politics. She firmly rejected the notion that racism or sexism alone cost Harris the presidency, instead pointing to the complexities of electoral strategy and messaging. President Biden also weighed in recently during a guest appearance on The View, suggesting that sexism played a major role in Harris's campaign struggles. He described the attacks on her as part of a broader effort to question a woman's capacity to lead, especially a woman of mixed race. His comments drew mixed reactions, with some applauding his acknowledgement of gender-based challenges and others suggesting it was a way to deflect from other campaign shortcomings. Whoopi Goldberg took the opportunity to emphasize the broader context, reminding viewers that candidates advocating for equality, whether for LGBTQ+ rights, racial justice, or gender equity, are often unfairly labeled as too woke. She stressed that conversations about race and gender aren't about division, but about recognizing the lens through which many Americans are judged and treated. To her, acknowledging systemic issues doesn't mean ignoring personal accountability. It means understanding the uphill battles many candidates face before they even enter the race. Joy Behar added her voice to the mix, arguing that the reality is simple. Female candidates haven't been able to win at the presidential level in the U.S. While she didn't go as far as Hostin in calling the country outright misogynistic, she made it clear that gender bias is still a major hurdle, even if it isn't always spoken aloud. At its core, the conversation exposed the tension between recognizing systemic issues and evaluating individual campaigns on their merits. While there's no denying that bias, whether based on race, gender, or other factors, continues to shape American politics, the question remains, how much weight should it carry in explaining electoral outcomes? As the country looks ahead to future elections, this debate is likely to continue, both on The View and across the national conversation.